Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the next episode of the G&A podcast. I'm your horse tsundere who just wants to be loved, Droopy-Doo.
And I am your furry maid, Soberoni.
Wow, we both picked animals.
We're in
Cute.
tune with our animal spirit.
Welcome back to the G&A podcast, where we talk about all things anime, the good, the bad, and the weeb. How you doing, Oni?
I am super hyped because we are less than a few hours away from summer in JP, so I'm going to try to contain my excitement.
Yeah, I'm still recovering from last night, y'all. You don't know what we're talking about. Before we delete the VOD, twitch.tv/GA_reviews. Saturday was quite
insane.
the night. it was a first for me. Lots of firsts for me. But all that craziness aside, let's get into it with our first segment, our new segment, This Week in Anime. Oni, would you like to start us off?
Alright, just to start off softly, we have the second season of Princess Connect got announced. Princess Connect Redive 2.5 live stream presentation announced on Thursday that the television anime of Cygames Princess Connect Redive is getting a second season. I believe it's going to be airing in, did they specify it was January or February? I don't think they specified when, but it is next year. So I'm hyped for that because the first season was pretty darn good, very underrated. If you guys want a good, fun, lighthearted, silly comedy that has some really good animation and some decent action, go check out Princess Connect. It's awesome.
And on my neck of the woods, Fate Grand Order Waltz in the Moonlight / Lost Room has finally launched a limited release. For those of y'all who caught the 50th anniversary stream, I believe it was announced then.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but now this is only available. I would say this would be like a soft release. So the first 500,000 downloads basically get it. So basically, it's stereotypical smartphone rhythm game. As of now, it just has Mosh, dancing in a bunch of outfits. As I was telling Oni earlier, I think this game will get a lot of success. They just have to put more characters in. Like that's it. They're just more.
I mean, yeah, if they want to make it a full-fledged thing and have like, because it's not like FGO lacks music or character. the one thing it has in abundance, or the two things it has in abundance, are good soundtracks and great characters. So they can definitely turn it into like a Persona style game.
Yeah, it is kind of weird that they didn't have any. It was just Mosh. I'm like, not even like OG Saber.
Well, that's the thing. I'm like, is it a cute little anniversary thing, or are they going to actually do something? Because they do that all the time. Like, they did make the whole Pokemon Go game, but it was just an April Fool's joke.
What do you mean?
They made a Pokemon Go version of FGO, but it was just done for April Fools.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, hopefully this thing actually becomes.
No, it looks like it's an actual full-fledged like game. Like it's an app you can get on iOS and Android devices on Monday, I believe. Well, yeah, on Monday.
Nice.
But she looks great. She has a lot of very specific outfits.
I like her Ushi inspired one.
I like her. I feel like there's one. It almost feels like a Tama inspired one. Just the way, cause I don't know. It looks very interesting. It reminds me of Tamamo. But yeah, it looks she has some very cute outfits. So I'm sure. I feel like for a soft release, it'll be good. It could have added a second character, in my opinion, but I think for now this will be good. I'm sure once they like do like the full release, at least by then they should have like enough for multiple characters.
Well, hopefully.
And also, if there's no main characters, there's no way I'm playing this.
You know there won't be.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, then I will let everyone else enjoy.
I mean, if there is, they'll probably just be like Gil or something.
It should. I'm not saying it needs to have. I'm just saying we need at least like the popular ones, the Gils, the Emiya, the Ku.
We'll
like,
see.
Yeah, you know, like I just give respect to like the OG servers. You know, that's all I want. Okay, well, none. What I want isn't what's important. It's what you guys want, and you guys clearly want a weekly review. So let us move on to that. And let's open with ReZero Season 2 Episode 6.
Yes.
I'm gonna make this my episode of the week.
Really interesting.
I don't know. I just kind of I like when ReZero kind of gets in like the thick and nitty gritty of it all, and we start seeing like the resolves of like certain characters. Especially when they're like, you know, put in extreme situations.
Yeah, I think this was a good example of like the better storytelling that ReZero does. But it can't be episode of the week because they ruined Frederica, so yeah.
They didn't ruin her. They
ruined her.
She just turned into an animal. Like, how's that ruining her?
Listen, if they wanted to make her go like half animal, like what they did, where she had the big animal hands and like legs, yeah, that's fine. That's cool.
What's the problem?
They made her. They went
100. They're transforming into a lion.
She went 100% furry. She like just straight up became an animal. Pass. You know now all the lewd fan art of her and all the dojins and everything else is just gonna be bestiality. So they just ruined. They ruined a character that was really cute and they turned her into a literal wolf thing. So
okay,
pass.
so Oni's dumb reasons aside.
Pass.
Oni's dumb reasons aside. Also, when I specifically was like talking to a certain character's resolves, I would say actually Petra in this episode.
Yeah,
she was really
looking
amazing.
back on it, I'm like, oh yeah, they made Petra a pretty important part of this episode, and then what happened. I was like, oh, that's why. Rip.
I mean, of course, everyone was gonna die. That's kind of how.
Yeah, but I have a feeling. I have a feeling that this whole thing is gonna be like, he's not gonna be able to go back before she died or something, and I'm gonna be really mad that Petra's like permanently dead.
It could happen.
That would be stupid.
And that was another reason why it's my episode of the week. That plot twist at the end was everything. It was like, because we all thought she's gonna die, because that's usually what happens every single arc. And this one's like, oh no, you're safe, and he's like, no, Beatrice, no, I want to die.
Yeah, but I don't. Petra was so cute and adorable and lovable. Why don't kill her off, please? I actually really like her. I don't want Amelia. Don't bring Amelia back. I don't want to kill off Petra and bring Amelia back in.
Yeah, but she's sorry. She's gonna stay there. Also, Ram. Until she wasn't. Ram was great until she.
Ram's a bitch. Fuck Ram this episode.
Yeah, but she had a lot of good parts, so I'm not mad.
She had her good parts, but
I'm not mad.
I've lost respect for her.
I understand why she said what she said.
Bullshit.
Like, yes, I know this is my sister, but I don't know this girl.
Yeah, well, bullshit. Rem would have not done that for Ram. You know, Rem would have like tried her everything to save Ram.
You're right. She'd been like, "Oh, you're not Subaru," and just killed her right there. Yeah, no.
Ram, no. Ram's a traitor.
The moment Ram was like, "Oh, you're a male person. You're a little bit suspicious," and immediately just killed him. Yeah, no. These girls, yes, by the second or third time around, she's gonna be like, "Oh my god, this is my sister. Blah 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 blah. I'll protect her." And she's gonna be really awesome.
Well, the fact that it takes her that many times.
But just like Rem, at the start, she's gonna be super cold and being like,
well, Rem was dealing with a stranger who had the scent of like a witch on him. Rem is dealing with her sister. Those are two very different dynamics.
Who she doesn't know.
Well, she knows it's her sister.
And that is it.
Oh well. I'm sorry. Sorry we can't all be as cold-blooded as Rem.
I don't know. That's kind of crazy. Like, it's like y'all don't understand. Like, it's like, hey, this is the person you met for the first time. It's your sister. Okay, time to sacrifice your life because this woman who's clearly going to kill you.
Oh man.
With a group of giant, scary.
I hope Rem lets her die so you can come on and be like, I can't believe Rem is such a bitch. She let Rom die, and I'm just gonna be like, tell me more.
I mean, Rem. First of all, Rem isn't a bitch. Rem is just Amelia who knows how to fight.
You mean Amelia with personality, which would instantly solve all of Amelia's issues. You're basically saying she's Amelia with none of Amelia's faults.
No, she's Amelia with the ability to fight.
The ability to fight and has personality. Got it.
Her personality is just like, I love Subaru, which is boring. So.
It's better than what Amelia has.
Rem, when she's not fighting, is as equally as boring.
No.
No.
At least she's not a traitor.
Not equally, but it's like she's like a level above Amelia, but they're both in the boring category.
But listen, here's the difference. Amelia can't do shit, and Rem can do whatever she wants. So, and that's why I don't like Amelia. Specifically, it's not.
She can do everything but wake up. So.
Well, maybe if her sister wasn't trying to kill her, it'd be better. It'd be easier for her.
She can do everything. But
poor Rem having such a shitty sister who can't save her life. Even though Rem has saved Rom's life countless times.
Years ago.
No. What have you done for me lately?
The reason why
what have you done for me lately?
Isn't as strong as she used to be.
What have you done for me lately? Exactly.
She died. She died protecting her. What are you talking about? She died protecting her.
Rom?
Yes.
No. When?
Did she? This episode.
She was forced to. She had her way. She would have fucking left. I'm like, peace, losers. Have fun chopping my sister to pieces.
Everyone was like, let's save her. And she was like, okay. And then she died.
Yeah, because she had her hand, like, twisted.
She could have just hand twisted. She could have just left. Like,
and go where? And go where? Literally yeah, Roswell. I left everyone back in the mansion to die.
You could have easily just knocked out Subaru and...
Well, she can't like, she's not. Bye. She's barely stronger than Subaru.
Okay, no, she's not. First of all, you know that.
She has like that one wind spell, and that's literally it.
And it almost got Subaru's out of the mansion alive.
Almost.
The reason why I didn't is because plot
Rem would have
mobbies to like knock the crap out of that poor dinosaur thing, who's probably also dead.
Rem wouldn't have failed. That's all I'm saying.
But Rem did fail.
No, she didn't.
That was the whole point of the opening of the series.
No.
She failed. She literally got her ass beat, and then they took her memories.
She protected Krush, and that was important. She did her job.
It took her 2 times.
Well, all right. Let's see. All right. The ticker is on. Let's see how long it takes Rom to get it right.
It took her the second time.
It took Rem 2 times. How long is it going to take Rom?
And actually, she didn't save Krush. Krush was spared. There's a difference between those 2 words.
She bought enough time. She bought enough time.
What?
She bought enough time.
What time? They were gone. They were gone. He could kill them. They both literally let them live because they were like, "Wah, I'm bored." Like, that's it. That is the only reason.
All this deflecting from Rom's evilness is not becoming of you, Drew.
No, because you're trying to hype up someone. You're like, she's just the best and amazing and blah blah blah.
I was just saying that Rom is a bitch.
Blah, blah, blah,
I'm just saying Rom is a bitch. That's all I'm saying.
Like,
listen, you can love her.
So
you can love her.
I will not stand.
You can love her, but she's still a bitch.
What?
You can love her, but she's still a bitch.
fine. She's fine. She's a bitch for leaving her sister to die. It's still understandable.
No, it's not. But okay.
You're only saying
I mean, it's
understandable.
It's understandable if you're a bitch. Yes. If you're selfish and you just care about yourself, then yes, it is understandable.
What?
I said if you're selfish and just care about yourself, then yes, it is understandable.
No, it wasn't even caring about herself. That's the crazy part. And you know that. She literally said, man, losing Yusubaru and Frederica is way worse. Oh my god, she literally did what Rem would do. She literally told the Rem and said, wow, Subaru, your life's the most important. Fuck everyone.
Yeah, except Ren never said that, but okay. I like how this. Alright, let's just continue, because we're going to be on this topic for literally 70 hours of you defending Rom's shitty actions.
Ram at all. Let's see, do I have anything else to say? Oh yeah, Rosewall, I'm starting to think may have low-key set this whole thing up. I actually am starting to think that he may even hired Elsa.
Alright, now you're just making him like super villain level.
He's
fucking Lelouch.
Sure that's wrong. I'm only saying that because they knew. They had an idea. Like, Elsa knew their whole schedule.
Mm-hmm.
No one should know that except the people in the village, what's happening.
I mean, I'm sure there's a connection somewhere, and I'm sure we'll figure it out. I don't know if it's
no one should
all Rosewall.
Yes, I know Rosewall. I know me saying it's Rosewall is very, like, the very easy way out.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying there's some pretty... like, the circumstantial evidence is, like, glaring. It's circumstantial, but it's there.
Yeah.
And even so, he's still sexy, so, man. Like, how I feel about Rosewall is how you feel about Ren. I get it now.
Yeah, you should get it.
Excuse me.
I did like that when Subaru came out and was like, I passed the test, blah, blah, blah. And then everyone was like, oh, not now, bro. Now's not the time.
Yeah, no. No, you can't do it.
You can't do it now.
He was like, God, you said that, but literally the last time I was alive.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, wow, fuck you guys.
Yeah, it's probably because he didn't have, like, his timing was just off.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, and also like, saying it in front of Amelia.
Probably needed the night to sleep on it before his mind was changed.
And yeah, not saying it in front of Amelia would have helped.
Yeah, but too.
You know, maybe this will make her try harder.
Yeah. We also need to find out the mystery of what Frederica is hiding.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's like, there's something binding her from saying it, which is interesting. Because it's like, it's like the same oath that, like, Subaru has, or he can't tell anyone about the witch, or his ability to, like, die and come back.
Maybe.
I don't know if it's the same kind of oath.
Maybe Frederica can also reincarnate. Imagine.
And I'm like, I'd be like, damn, what are you?
Or actually, you know what? Maybe Rosewall can. Now that I think about it, I don't know. I feel like there should be someone else in this world.
I don't think Rosewall can, because if he could do it, he wouldn't need Subaru half the time.
I don't know. I just feel like there has to be someone else in this world who can also.
Rosewall's that kind of person. Like, the moment he failed the trials and got that fucked up, he would just killed himself and started over.
Or he can have Subaru do that.
That's true, but I still don't think it's him. I don't think Rosewall's not the type of guy to use people because he can't do it himself, kind of person. Or he needs it to do just because he needs Amelia to succeed. And when it comes to Amelia succeeding, Subaru doing it, in some cases I get it's important, but in other cases it was not. Like the whole thing with the whales and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Rosewall definitely could have, Rosewall could have easily just done it himself.
Probably. Either way, this speculation. This is a wild speculation because
this is all well, yeah. I would hope people watching this would know.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, that was a hell of a talk for the first.
Yeah. Well, 90% of that was just a Rem-Rom debate, but either way.
Yeah. As long as you love one of the sisters, you're all right in my book.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of anime that have great sisters, up next is Oregairu Season 3, Episode 6.
I wish they would stop shitting on Yui.
Yep, this is just the damn. It sucks to be Yui episode.
Like every episode this season, like really, like they have such good chemistry and all these little cute moments together this episode, and then it has to end with the whole like Yui monologue about suffering. Can we just have something good, please? I think that's my issue with the show. Something like it doesn't let me enjoy anything. Like it doesn't let you enjoy a moment or like linger on a moment or think about a moment because it automatically has to go into
I will be fine.
drama mode.
I will. First of all, I'm comfortable in drama, so I'm not even mad about this. I just would be upset if it truly ended up with Hachiman and Yukino.
Yeah, I'm not. That's such a lazy pairing.
That would upset me.
Mm-hmm.
I would be fine with this if it ended up with Yui and Hachiman together.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way I would be. If not, I'd be like, oh great, so cool. This is just painful for no reason.
It wouldn't make any sense for him with Yukino because like Yukino's whole arc is just about her being independent and breaking free and not having to rely on Hachiman. So her suddenly being like, oh yes, let's be together in a relationship wouldn't make sense. Yeah,
not at all.
And Yui and Hachiman are all about finding genuine relationships and stuff. So I feel like, and they do have a lot of genuine moments together. So I don't know. I feel like
it's so wonderful.
Fit better.
So I really hope they end up together. Because if not, this is all for nothing, and I hate it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Then the anime gets a 0.
Yui's my favorite character, so if she's not, this anime is getting an automatic 0 out of 10.
Yeah, automatic. But yeah, no, they. Aside from that heavy bit of sad Yui drama at the end, the episode itself was really good.
Yeah.
I loved their little moments when they were looking through the computers of the place and she like just fell on his shoulder or they were just like jabbing with each other and stuff. Like those moments are the best by far in the show.
Yeah. And then the moments when she was trying to explain to her what's going on, and she's just so clueless.
The bias and stuff, and the goods ice cream.
Bias, ice.
I do like. I mean, I know. I get his plan. I guess it works. I don't know. I just hope they don't go overboard with it.
It's true, but also a teenager his age should not know any of that stuff. So once again, this is definitely one of those moments where it's like it breaks the what's the
suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely have a suspension of disbelief in this moment.
Yeah, it's like a really intricately thought out plan.
It's in very layman's terms, he's literally just like, let's give, people choices and they'll just go with the safer one.
Yeah, I didn't know he had a psychology degree.
Exactly, but like the fact that he knows like the psychology behind it, that's why I'm just like, okay, this is what like people learn in college.
Yeah, sometimes the characters they just make them smart enough to like overcome random obstacles or whatever and dumb them down when they need them to be dumbed down. But
which is kind of like it's a little inconsistent. Like it's like how can you be smart, but then it's like
yeah, how can you be this smart but then also too stupid to see other shit?
For you.
Yeah. So yeah, there's moments of inconsistency with his intelligence. That was that. I hope they come up with something wild and crazy, like a beach party or whatever, which Yui suggested. I feel like that would be a cute beach party. Also, Yui's mom is super hot.
Yeah, that picture. Yeah, she is. I think a beach party is a good idea because that definitely sounds way more yikes.
Mm-hmm. Like it's realistic enough for it to pass, but it's also potentially super yikes. High school beach party, guys.
Yeah, it just seems like I'm sure it would be just as fine as a normal party, but yeah, I understand how that would seem worse for reasons.
Also, everyone would probably be like, scantily clad and all that. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope this plan works. I hope it
Same.
works, and I hope Yui doesn't have we don't have more sad Yui moments, and the show actually lets us get a good, genuine, happy moment for once, maybe without destroying hopes and dreams.
Yeah. Um, I love how Iroha, her little cute moment in the beginning of the episode. I enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, as she cements herself as part of the harem.
Yes, Iroha is definitely. I wish she had come along sooner, actually, like in the first season.
Agreed. That'd been really awesome. But she's here now and she's pretty good. It was really heartfelt how she's like, "Hey, I'm doing this so I want to send you guys off to a
Mm.
really fun thing." I'm like, "Oh, it's actually really sweet."
Do you have this weird feeling like we didn't have enough, like we didn't have enough, like time on this show, like because this looks like it's going to be I think it is the final, arc of the show in general. So
I know how you feel. I feel like, can we really wrap everything up in like
yeah, it
six
feels
more episodes?
too quick. And then when they do things like all those times we spent together and da da da, like when you was thinking back, I'm like, yeah, there was a few of those, but most of those were like in season one, and then season two was just like, it feels too condensed, you know? Like it doesn't feel like this was a long journey between these three people. It feels like this was like a 2 month journey between these three people. I don't know.
I would, and once again, this is going back to season two, but
Mm,
I think season two was a glaring problem for the
yeah.
whole series. Season two, like so much of it was spent in conflict.
Mm-hmm.
It's like to a point where they were just not being around each other, or when they were, and just
Yeah,
it was like
exactly.
not
I
fun.
feel like
Or
there's
it
just
was a
a
tension.
there's a big chunk of context missing. Like we didn't get to see them as much, and every time we did see them, they were like struggling with each other. So this sense of longing that Yui has, where it's like, oh, the good old days, and we're like, what good old days? You spent the last season
Yeah,
tearing
but
your hair
she
out.
was feeling she had it bad for him since season one,
Mm,
so that's understandable.
yeah, yeah, I just feel like it's abrupt. I really think that the pacing is kind of weird. But either
Yeah,
way, it's
like
good.
yeah, as painful as it probably would be, I wouldn't mind like this season being like 24 episodes.
Yeah, I feel like definitely the show would have benefited from having a whole another season, like a 4 season, or if this was 24 episodes or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Okay, let us move on to Yaposu.
Hmm.
I don't have anything else on this. Episode 7.
Yes.
Such a weird episode.
Yeah. This is like you said before we were watching it. This is the let's just be Soul Eater again
Yeah,
episode.
exactly. I was like, yo, he's like, oh, is it gonna be weird? Oh, every episode's weird. I'm like, nah, it's gonna be weird.
Yeah. This was just Soul Eater. This was just
Literally.
Soul Eater, which I'm
Well,
here for.
yeah, exactly. Like, that's not a bad thing at all. Like, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Clearly, the I mean, my highlight of the episode was them all getting high off of the gas and
Yeah,
flipping
just
out.
have gas and just yelling and just being crazy.
Dude was the whistle in his mouth constantly and having his head cocked at like a 90
Like,
degree
literally,
angle.
like, driving with, like, his neck really broken. Like,
Yeah.
why is their neck like that?
Oh, and they saved like the $1 million budget for Tamaki's little animation of her pretending to be on the phone. It was super adorable. I'm glad they always have their priorities straight in the show.
I know. I'm like, wow. Look at Tamaki being funny without her being naked.
Oh yeah,
Crazy.
look at that. She has character development.
I don't go that far, but
So many
yeah.
dimensions to her character. But yeah, no, the introduction of this whole new area, I feel like they kind of definitely. I guess it makes sense because they're in a new area, so they have the excuse of like we don't have to follow the logic that we've had prior to this because then now we just have like talking mole people or whatever. Just talking animals in general.
Talking moles, talking crows.
Mm-hmm.
Infernal dogs.
Yeah, they took their time out to be like, listen, this is a new area. The rules and logic that we've built in the series no longer apply. We're just throwing
Yeah,
in a
it's a
bunch of
new
shit.
area that's been super affected by, like, I guess they're like, oh, Amaterasu was here, and when shit went left, here's all the things that happened. We now have flaming animals that talk.
That's why I like it, because it doesn't give a fuck. Like I like when shows just don't bother trying to, like they give enough of an explanation where it doesn't seem too random and out of left field, but they don't over analyze it like Index does, where they try to get super technical, like this works because blah 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 sci-fi words. I just like that the show was just like, oh, there's a talking mole thing here. Why? Because fire stuff. Okay, cool. Pass. Moving on.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think I gave a better explanation than they did, because I don't think they really even talked about it really.
Yeah, they didn't. They were just like, oh, okay, cool. We just accept this as a new part of our reality now.
Yep. At least they acknowledge for a second that they're like, oh my god, talking animals are not normal.
mm-hmm.
But then they quickly got over it and kept it moving, which I also appreciate.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be setting up a pretty interesting arc if they're going to follow this weird path that they're on.
I am here for it. Looking forward to the next episode, indeed.
Yes, Uri. All right, let us move on to God of High School episode 6. Yes.
So this episode, I feel like, was more of a, even though stuff happened, it felt like it was more of a switching arcs episode.
Yeah, they're definitely transitioning into the new national tournament arc. But I know that this is gonna sound weird because it is basically this show is just gonna be a bunch of tournament arcs. But it kind of feels weird that the show is a bunch of tournament arcs just linked together, Like, I imagine after the national tournament, there's going to be, like, the Asia tournament and then the world tournament or whatever. I don't know. It just... I don't know. It doesn't feel as creative. Can we have something a little bit more creative?
It's not, oh yeah, I want to say it's not creative. Yes, it is painfully linear so far.
Yeah.
Like, painfully linear. Like, it's just tournament. And stuff happens between the tournaments. And that's it.
Yeah, but that aside, I am liking the way they're setting up this arc. They're introducing the 6 new, I don't know, the assassins or something. They had these little stylish intros when they were introducing them that were really dope and cool. I really love that little bit of style that they added. The new tournament entries look really interesting. The different teams, at least that's different. They're in teams now. So I'm pretty hyped for this arc.
Yeah, so it's like, while yes, it is this winter tournament, at least they're changing the rules for it, so the fighting dynamics will be different. Also, they basically all but said, hey, everyone from this point, they're all gonna have powers.
Yeah. We're gonna give everyone powers now. I like the dude who he like got stabbed in the chest, but was actually his shadow clone. Like, we're just gonna go full Naruto now and give a shit.
So, and I feel like, I don't mean to shit on this anime, and I hate, and I'm starting to hate that I do this too. Because I can't help, like, the critic in me can't help but, like, compare it to something if I see the comparison, for better or for worse. But this seems like a less, as of right now, it seems like just like a less impressive. Oh shit. What, I think it's called like Outcast, like Hitotsu something Outcast, the Chinese anime.
Oh, I didn't see that. I thought you were gonna say it's a less impressive Kenichi's World's Greatest Disciple or whatever.
No. No, even though I actually loved. I finished the manga and everything. I did like that, but no. They're very different. They're very similar in the fact that, well,
Yeah, a lot. They're very very similar.
they're very similar in the fact that it's like, oh, it's kung fu fighting, but we all have powers.
Everybody was kung fu
Except,
fighting.
you
Yes.
know, Outcast, from the get-go, they make it very clear that's like, oh no, weird shit's gonna be happening, and everyone's gonna have really weird powers.
I don't mind weird shit happening, and I guess the show put it out pretty early that a lot of weird shit's gonna happen. It's just I really would like to just see a genuine martial arts anime. You know, where it's just realistic martial arts fighting. You can make it a little hyperbolic, but
and while Outcast doesn't do that, it does. As of right now, it does God of High School so much better than God of High School does God of High School. Like the characters are just very like wacky, and half the time while they all have powers, half the time there is just actual like fighting. Like it's at some point, like season 3, there's a fighting scene I feel like we talked about before, where it looks like it's just like Avatar fighting. Like I'm just watching the Avatar, which is kind of great. Like it was like really, but they're actually still fighting. Like you understand what I'm saying? It's not just like, oh, I'm using a stand and magic. It's like we are using magic, but we're also like fist fighting. Like that physicality doesn't get lost. As long as that stays, I'm fine. You can have powers, but the physicality of it all needs to be there. Like, I will be if the upcoming fights are gonna be like that one exchange between the two new characters, where just like, did I summon this fire thing and I blow?
Yeah, that was distinctly not God of High School-esque. You didn't feel the impact from any of the punches or anything. Yeah,
exactly. So if they can keep up that physicality of it all, I won't really complain. I don't care if they have powers, as long as, you know.
As long as
and to be fair, we should have known that it's gonna go supernatural, because I'm on any chart right now looking at their poster.
Yeah.
There's a guy with like fire tails.
All right, well, whatever, you know.
No, we actually should have known.
Maybe. I will say this, since we're talking about things that were suspect on the show. I don't like Jin. He's very unlikable as a main character, I will say. He's stupid. He's just a stupid. Like, I hate when they do this with main. I'd rather have a main character who's just full of flaws, and I hate them, like what's his name from Kanojo, than I would have a character who's just an idiot, you know? Like Goku level stupid.
Yo, and the crazy thing is, once again, didn't want to bring out Outcast, but Outcast has one of the most hysterical main characters. Why? Because the main character, he is so scummy. Like he's so dirty in the way he, like, they have a tournament arc. Literally, his fights in the tournaments, everything's like meme. It's all a meme. So I know these kind of anime aren't really your thing, Oni. I would actually recommend this.
I think you've recommended it before.
I'm pretty sure I have. It's so good. He's such a fucking fool. Like he's like, no one likes him because they're like, oh, you're such a scumbag. Like it's great. He's great. And and this guy, it's like
he's just an idiot. Like, you can be funny and stupid, but you have to have like some substance to you. Yeah, like even Goku, as stupid as he is, he still has some substance.
He doesn't seem like he's the main character of his own show.
Yeah, he, like, even when they're like, "What's your motivation?" I don't know. I just like to fight. Woo! Like, can you have like at least some serious character trait or some, like, I can't, you know, relate to you if your entire character is just, I like to fight. Woohoo!
I mean, he does have some. I don't know. It's like I understand how you feel. You know, he does have some funny moments, but yeah, I think there needs to be some balance for him. I understand where you're coming from.
I hope something, like, even when they had that moment where he was like talking about his grandfather, and like, oh, are these your parents? And he's like, oh, I don't know. My grandfather just paid 2 people to stand there with me because I don't know who my parents are.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Like, even as cliche as it would be to be like, I don't have parents or whatever, and like, Like, at least give him some kind of, like, maybe his journey is to find out who his parents really are or something. Instead of just saying, oh, this is random people back in there.
Yeah, I feel like this is like the super crazy opposite of Naruto.
Yeah.
Like, in the sense that they gave Naruto a super, like, unnecessarily dramatic wham, 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 what was my life backstory.
And this guy gets nothing.
And this dude is just like, I want to fight people. I'm going to cry about it. I'm going to be super slapstick ass. But I don't know. Like, even just like the way he does it, it's still not even funny enough.
Yeah.
Like the main character from Outcast, like he just does it in a way where it's like it's memorable, it sticks. This guy he has like that side character humor.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Even though it sounds like I'm shitting on the show hardcore, I did like this. I did enjoy this episode.
Yeah, no, it was fun.
I just think that the show is being held up by the fighting in it and like nothing else. Like the fighting and the animation.
Yeah, basically.
And the soundtrack. But other than that,
yeah, nothing else. Yeah, they also started killing people, like a lot of people.
Oh yeah, dude, the tournament. I forgot about
the tournament announcer was murdered.
No, I liked him so much. He showed up and he was like, "Oh my god, he's actually." I thought that was a really cool plot twist because you think he's just a announcer MC dude, and he's actually like a super powerful warrior. Too bad they don't explore that shit because he's dead now.
Yeah,
and he was blind too.
Yep, blind with a wife and child.
Two plot twists. You made this one random side dude into an actual really interesting and compelling character I want to learn more about, and you just kill him off in the same episode. Great writing. Great. Awesome. 10 out of 10.
I mean, it's fair. It's fair because the Koreans love killing their characters off. Like
they literally made him the most developed and interesting character in the entire show in one fell swoop, and then killed him off.
Yeah, they're like, oh. That's development for you. Die.
I'm like, what? The MC has the most complete character arc? Oh no, he's dead.
Yeah. They also killed the dude with the glasses at the end, which was like, oh, okay, so they killed
him. He's dead. I actually don't think he's dead. He's probably just gonna stand up and be like, my stand lets me live.
He might be alive. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you next episode.
We shall.
Right. Up next, we have Kanojo Okarishimasu, episode 6.
Yeah, finally one of the new girls shows up. What's her name? If I can pull it. What's her name? It's in here somewhere. Ruka. Yeah. I think she's cute. She's fine. Nowhere near as interesting or fun as, Mami or Chizuru. But again, we don't know too much about her.
Yeah, this is her introduction episode, so I have high hopes still.
I'm pretty sure she's also a rental girlfriend.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, did they say in the episode?
No, but it's like almost it's obvious.
I know, that's what I mean. I'm pretty sure she.
Yeah, no, they didn't say it, but it's obvious
that
she is. Yeah, like the moment I saw her show up with like the other dude, I was like, oh my god. I was like, oh shit.
She's cute. I like that she gets under Chizuru's skin with the whole requesting shit.
Yeah. Which, by the way, weird. That was also very weird of her.
What, say kiss him right now?
Yeah, kiss him in front of me. I'm like, even if you're not trying to prove something, that's
I could just be like, I kissed my boyfriend and I feel like kissing my boyfriend.
Yeah, I have to kiss in front of you. Gross. Like, what are you, some kind of pervert?
Yeah. That was cute though. The little I put my hand behind whatever between our lips and put up my pocketbook to block the thing.
Yeah, that was cute.
Quick
also,
thinking.
No one would believe you.
Yeah,
like not believable in the least.
I'm glad you got called out on it too. Like I don't believe that shit.
I don't believe you. Like I'm like that's super fair. You should have just kissed them actually. That would have actually made 90% of your problems go away.
I really do like that Chizuru has all these really interesting little tsundere moments this episode. Like she's been having them, but she had a ton of them this episode. Like her talking when they were sleeping in the same room together, and he was giving his little monologue, and she rolled over and was like, "Yeah, you can keep relying on me." And then she had other moments where she clearly showed that she has some interest in him, like when she gave him the sports drink, or where she looked like she was jealous that he was checking out Ruka. So I like that they're giving these little nudges and, you know, foreshadowy things that show that Chizuru is actually somewhat interested in our trashy main character.
Yeah, but though I feel like we're getting to a weird gray point, morality point with her. Because it's like, ooh, but if you are getting feelings for him, it's like, but yet you're charging him.
Yeah, you got to make your money. What you She's still he's still a client. He's still a client.
That is such a conflict of interest. I'm not saying. Listen, I'm just saying it's a morally gray area. I didn't say don't do it. I'm just saying Chizuru isn't looking as holier than thou.
Well, she actually brought that up, didn't she? When he was like, "Can I get a discount?" And she's like, "No, no."
She didn't say nothing. She just
she just smiled.
She just ignored it.
So yeah. I don't blame her. She got to make her money. I wouldn't give him a discount. I mean, she is charging him outrageous prices, but that's a different story.
Yeah, no. I'm like, hello. I'm like, almost $200.
Yeah, their date was like $180
just for a coffee.
For a 2-hour coffee date. Girl. Imagine, and it's not even that would have upset me. It's that he had to pay for the coffee too. So like, everything is on him.
That is crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. I could never.
Maybe if I had, I'd do it once.
I'm just saying. I'm like, it feels weird because you're charging him like a shit ton of money, but you're also like, I like him. I'm just like, oh, but do you though? Like I don't like like what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like if you like this person, yeah, why you charging him so goddamn?
What I think is going to happen is going to be like he's going to be maybe only because they keep bringing up money. I feel like at one point he might just be broke.
Yeah,
and then she's just gonna be like, whatever, I'll charge you some other time or something, and be all tsundere about it.
That would be cute. Oh, I love how they told all the classmates that like, oh yeah, we're back together, blah 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 blah, and then mommy was just so pressed. I was like, die mad, bitch.
Yeah, stay mad, seethe harder.
You can die mad. Oh man, that was great.
I hope we get to see more mommy soon. I'm pretty sure we probably will. Either way, shall we move on?
Yep.
Alright, let us move on to Uzaki-chan, episode 6.
Oh man, this anime is so cute.
Yeah, this was adorable. This is like ecchi wholesome. Like it's some weird mix of like fan service and the most wholesome romance ever.
It really is. It is so wholesome.
Before we get to the ending scene, because the ending scene was great, but I love the little bits of comedy that they have here and there, like Ami's face when she saw Uzaki's bikini, and she just like has like this PTSD traumatic stare.
Bruh, I was like, my God, I'm like, yikes! When did we add the mind break tag?
Yeah, Ami got mind broken. Uzaki working at the imagine having your whole workplace dedicated to just trolling the shit out of you.
Oh my God, it really was. He was poor Sakurai was just getting bullied, and I'm just like, damn, you poor thing.
Yeah, his job must suck. Everyone there is just literally out to get him every chance that they can get. And fuck with him.
Excuse me. Also, what's the girl's name? It's not Ami. Is it?
It's Ami. Ami.
Is it, or just Ami?
Yeah. I'm assuming it's Ami. I'm pretty sure it's Ami.
Yeah, she was actually very pretty in this episode.
Like I said, that's why I don't like glasses. Women almost always look better without glasses. Almost always.
agree to disagree, but
It's
okay.
there is a rare exception sometimes where women look better with glasses, but maybe it's just my personal taste.
Yes, most definitely. But yeah, no, she's really pretty. I, the guy who came along with them, now that I'm now dubbing Shaggy, I'm just calling him Shaggy now because he looks like just a
He
prettier version.
was just blonde with a green shirt
And the khakis.
and khakis,
Yeah,
whatever.
literally just look like Shaggy. Speaking of guys, I do appreciate that this anime is very gratuitous with like the male fan service.
Oh yeah, Sakurai had his little free moment where he was swimming and came out with his ultra toned muscles.
Yeah, I'm just like, what kind of loner looks like this?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm a shut in loner who has no friends. Let me just rock with my 6-pack abs real quick.
I mean, listen, if that exists, please show them to me because you know what, being dating social butterflies, trust me, it is it's overrated.
Yeah.
But yeah, uh, the ending.
Yeah. The ending. I loved it. See, this is why I love Uzaki because she doesn't have the typical like rom com reactions where he hugs her and then she's like, "Ah, I like me baka." Like she actually just started petting his head and went to sleep there and everything. I thought that
Oh
was
yeah,
really
'cause he
adorable.
definitely likes her. I mean, definitely
Hmm.
likes him.
Yeah, she
Like,
definitely does, but she's not like, even when it's clear that one character likes another and there's a rom com, they still go out of
yeah,
their way to be all like,
yeah,
"Oh no, I don't know."
yeah.
So it's
Even when they were doing the watermelon scene, which was so fun. That scene was hilarious, actually.
yeah.
Where she literally was like giving him like input commands.
I actually meant to go over those again and see if they actually were. I'm pretty sure they were actual inputs from like different fighting games. Because I think one of them was a Hadouken.
Oh, that was so funny. And and then of course then he fell on her, and they had like that etchy moment, like where he just like grabbed a handful of titty, and he's like, "No, it's a stingray," and he's like, "Oh, it's watermelon." And he's like, "Huh." This was. I'm like, oh my god, this is so stupid, but it was a good
Yeah.
etchy moment. Um, Definitely liked when she got her revenge. During the what game was it?
The test of courage.
Courage, which the mind break tag once again came up, and
Mm.
especially when you were just like, bro, his voice was so quiet, I could not hear him.
Yeah, and you have to actually like lean into the speaker to turn it up all the way up just to hear what he's saying. It was really good.
Poor thing, poor man. But yeah, no, it was funny. It was such a good. This
Like I
is so
said,
surprisingly solid.
yeah, it's a nice, wholesome, fun little show. It's just a fun little show to watch at the end of the week or whatever when you feel drained and you just need something to uplift you. Nothing
Hmm.
too harsh or too intense.
Agreed.
Ah, speaking of which,
Yeah, your mother just like
that was not intentional.
yeah, things that are totally intense and painful. Fruits
Mm.
Basket, season 2, episode 19.
Rin was
We
cute
just
this episode.
it, she was, and she starts off this episode just throwing up and turning into a horse. Like, and I'm just like, you see how exhausting that sounds already.
Yeah, this was an exhausting episode.
Yes, it's revealed that we finally break down her bitch like exterior, and she's like, no, I'm just a tsundere who just needs people to like love me and treat me kind. And I'm just like, damn, I feel called out. This entire episode, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I I was like, you know what? Next time, Fruits Basket, just at me. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Rin is just you, Drew, and that's why I was telling you this whole time. Like, Rin, why do you or Drew, why do you hate her? She's you.
This is the first time you said that, actually. Thank you very much.
Well, not the first time I thought it, but either way.
Yikes. I was never this mean.
I love that we actually do get to see like Toru break through Rin's like shell. We get that whole little scene of her like Rin holding her up and like, you can't help, you can't do this. And Toru, this is why I love Toru, because she's shy and she's like soft spoken, but when the situation calls for it, she can like actually stand up for herself. Unlike Amelia,
confrontational if it really calls for it.
Like when she just got up and was like, "No, I will put my nose in your business." I was like, "Ooh, yeah, I will meddle in your business." Ooh, I loved it. I was like, I almost clapped.
Oh God, Toru's so great.
Yeah, she's great. She's one of the all-time best female leads, I think, in an anime. She's just, oh, I love her. Precious.
Yeah, she really is. And then there's Haru, poor Haru, who Rin, of course. See, this is when I'm not like Rin, because I'm not that fucking crazy. Rin is so crazy.
Yeah, just a bit. She's just tsundere. She's just a really violent tsundere.
She is a
very, very violent tsundere.
Yeah, some would say she's a little crazy. I mean, it makes sense why she's so crazy, but Haru was like literally, "Hey, are you okay?" And Ren's like, "You know, you can just take this whole IV, this whole IV stand to the face." I was like, "Okay, why?"
I like when they brought it up again at the end of the episode. She's like, when Toru was like, "Did she throw an IV stand at you?" And then Yuki and Kyo were like, "What? Who the fuck would do that? Why would
why would no one would do that?" And she's like, "Yeah,
yeah, no one." Yeah, I like really like the dynamic that Toru has with a lot of the different members of the Zodiac family. Like every one of her interactions with them is somewhat different. Like I really like the dynamic that she had with Rin, where it feels like they're kind of partners in a way, like they're both working towards the same goal and they view each other as equal. It's kind of cute.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. Yeah, like they're very different, but they're like working together for the common good, and it's like, oh, it's a cute pairing actually.
And seeing them, seeing Toru kind of like, or seeing Rin warm up to Toru at the end, just like, oh, I love this. It makes me sad there's only like 5 more episodes or 6 more episodes left. Because I know at least 2 or 3 of those are going to be pure Akito drama and rage.
Yeah, just like, who is he gonna punch next episode?
Oh God, please don't let him touch Toru. No. Alright, people who Akito cannot touch without me losing my mind. Toru, Kisa, Momiji, Kagura, any of the kids, Kagura. Like, no. If he wants to punch Yuki, fine. I'll live. But don't, Toru for sure, don't touch Toru. He definitely is going to touch Toru.
I mean, I prefer he won't touch Kyo, but I feel like he will.
He will. He's going to like punch Toru or something too.
He's like, oh, he's standing in the line. He just runs down, just punching everything.
I'm telling you right now, when we get to that episode where I'm pretty sure he's going to try to like mind break Toru and like abuse her, I am going to be screaming into my mic.
Yeah, we're just gonna. I think that whole episode, we're just gonna have an actual like side B episode podcast where we just talk about that. Half an hour.
We'll have to play calming music in the background to like mellow me out.
You know what?
I'm gonna have to play like calming music in the background to mellow me out.
I'm going to have to. I'm literally gonna have to eat an edible before. Like, give me an hour and a half. I'll be able to talk about it without drinking.
Yes, but we're approaching the end, so things are wrapping up in Fruits Baskets.
Also, probably my favorite part of this episode, definitely the PA announcement. That was phenomenal.
Oh yeah, that was great too. I forgot about that.
That really took me out.
Oh, Toru Ultra needs more screen time.
She's just like happy as she's running away from like.
Yeah, she needs her own spin-off.
She really does. She's so great.
Great.
Right. Let us move on to I know it. To Aru no Railgun T episode 19?
Yes. And this is my episode of Zuiku.
I'm not surprised.
It was a fun episode, you know.
Yeah.
It was really fun. As much as it pains me to see Frenda at any point in time because I know that her death is imminent, but
awful
and awful and horrendous. Oh god, poor Frenda. She's so stop making her so lovable and fun. She suffers so much.
Yeah, it's so weird. I love and hate this thing that they're doing, and they're like making all like the anti-skill members, anti-skill members like having these weird connections to all like the cast of like Tuaru Railgun.
Yeah, and her little. This is what I like about Railgun is that all the characters are actually really fun to watch, even if you're not. They don't really focus on Misaka all the time, unlike Index, which is always about Toma.
Yeah.
Like, I like when they can take the focus, because if you think about it, we only had a couple of Misaka episodes recently.
Ever since the end of the
first arc. Yeah. Like, it's been spreading its screen time around to all these different characters, but they're all good enough that they can carry the show. Like, Kuriko's episode was really good. Even somebody as plain as Satan was just fun to watch this episode.
Well, Satan's amazing. So.
Yeah, she's really fun. Like, even though she has no powers and can't do shit.
Exactly. She's so great.
Frenda, of course, was beautiful and fun this episode. I'm glad we got to see more of her.
Yeah, the whole opening scene with like the fucking mackerel thing.
I enjoyed their relationship a lot more than I thought it would. It's like the most random pairing of people.
It was random, but yeah, it's really fun.
Just seeing Frenda get to do her thing at the end with the fireworks was really good. And even this new villain that shows up, which was like this little shy schoolgirl, but she's actually like a super deranged sniper. I thought that was very fun.
She's like, no, I'm gonna be popular finally when the popular kids ask me out, but once again, I must kill her. Oh, she's part of school.
Yes. Yeah, school. It's sad that we're actually learning these organizations right now. But that just goes to show how much easier it is to watch to learn from Railgun than it is from Index.
Yeah, she's part of school, not home.
I also like that they're after these like Vega looking claw things or something. Like, okay, cool.
Oh yeah,
straight out of Street Fighter.
Something about nanobots doing shit.
The nano machines.
Nano machines. Those.
But yeah, no, it was just another one of those really cute, wholesome, fun little nice episodes that just rounds out all the characters. And then at the end, it got a little bit serious, but
yeah, once again, Frenda just taking another L.
You can't have Frenda on screen without having her suffer.
Yeah, but it's like, damn. Before you take the eternal L, here's some more suffering.
Poor Frenda.
Poor Frenda.
All right.
Right. So, now that we are done with the weekly review, we're gonna do a cute little filler arc. For this week's filler arc, I was watching anime night with my friends, and they recommended me an anime to watch. It's really trashy because we were watching what were we watching? We're covering on the podcast. We were watching Kanojo, and then a friend brought up Domestic Kanojo. And he's like, "Oh, do you have any trashy shows like that?" And I said, and he like started hinting at like an anime I watched a long time ago, and I was like, "Oh, you mean School Days?" And he's like, "Yeah, that one. How's that one?" And I'm like,
"Good.
Oh boy." I'm like, "You get ready for some A quality trash," which it was. And then as we were watching it and just like discussing everything that was happening, I was just like, huh, I really liked this when I was younger. I really thought this was really good when Oni like suggested it to me. wow, now that I'm grown, I realize that this is very. At least okay. So the first 3 episodes I'm watching now, I know it's gonna turn really crazy and stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like actually the first 3 episodes not awful.
It's not as bad as you remember it being.
It's not awful. I know it's gonna get stupid soon,
Mm-hmm.
but I believe it's episode 5 where it's just like, and then everything just gets crazy, but quote unquote crazy. But yeah, it's like, but still like overall like not like a great like it's equal. I could still put it in the category of Domestic Joe, Kuzuno Honkai, and
Mm-hmm.
all the like it all they all belong there.
Yeah, I won't disagree with that. I just feel like I put School Days a bit higher than those because at least it goes full crazy mode. Like it has the balls to just be like, whatever, we're taking this premise and jumping off a cliff with it, you know? I feel like my issue with Kuzuno Honkai and Domestic Kanojo is that they're stupid. They're stupid, but they try to hang on to the semblance of realism, you know? Like they're like, maybe we can do like we want to still keep the drama.
With Kuzuno Honkai, which is why I can enjoy it because there's nothing reasonable, there's nothing realistic about this obscene love triangle between like between like 2 students who are in love with these 2 teachers, and these teachers who are also having sex, but then also this girl who's also.
But it's
the more I say it, the
no, because it's all within. Yeah, it's not. It's realistic in the sense that it could happen. You know, like it's still at a core just romance drama. School Days stops being romance and drama, and it just starts becoming like a fucking horror comedy, like a dark comedy. Literally, just start transitions from drama to comedy.
The thing is, I don't think the people who made this anime knew that, and that's.
I disagree. I think they are full aware with what they were doing, and they were like, "Listen, we're just
okay. We can't. I don't think that's fair to be like, oh, we can. I know what their intent was, but we don't know what the intent was for this one. Ergo, I like this anime more. That's a bit.
I mean, I like it more. I like it more because it stops being a drama and it just starts becoming a fucking insane shit show. Unlike Kuzuno Honkai, it was a shit show, but it's not the kind of shit show I like.
Yes, that makes sense. That's like a reasonable thing to not like it. Because saying like I don't like it being crazy in this way. I want crazy in that way.
Yeah,
that's fine. I can accept that reasoning. I can't accept. Oh, I know what they were going with this. The way they were going with this, I knew what they were going with that, and I didn't like that.
Well, it's not about knowing where they're going with it. I just think that School Days took it way beyond anything.
Stupid, but you can
enjoy
it.
Exactly.
Yeah, which is true. But all the same, I feel like the way, I don't know. Like, there's me liking it now and me liking it back then. Back then, I liked it unironically and thought it was like, wow, this is a really solid anime. like I would like seriously suggest it to my friend.
All right. So here's the thing: if we're talking about like, is it well written and does it have like, I don't like, is it well written and anything like that? No, it's objectively just really shitty, but it's still actually a very fun show to watch.
It is, and I'm starting to realize it almost makes you want to go back and watch like these kind of anime that were made in the 2000s. Because I think it's very much the 2000 taste of it. Because I'm watching another anime called Kiba, which I can't tell if it's the animation per se, or maybe it's the dub. Maybe because like the dub is such low quality, it is so hilarious watching it because you get the kind of shit on it and it doesn't make any sense. Like the main character is just like he's like yelling at people all the time. He's like, okay, well, maybe we should do this. Don't tell me what to do. I'm doing what I want. And runs away and does something else. Like he's so like outrageous and obnoxious. Like, and it just makes me laugh. And I feel like that in School Days, like they occupy that same space in like the mid 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like a shit show for one reason or another. Because there was like another scene in like episode 2 or 3 where Sekai and
Makoto
were like they're going back and forth passing notes.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "Are you a dumbass?" Or he's like, "Are you an idiot?" And then the teacher's like, she's like, "Sakai, are you the idiot? Sit your ass down." Like,
yeah. See, and I will defend School Days on these 2 points. A, the soundtrack is actually really, really amazing. Really great soundtrack. B, the characters are also really, really good. Which is another issue I had with Kuzen Honka. But, like, the characters in School Days are generally, like, fun and silly and stupid.
yeah,
but they also have
funny.
they also have somewhat of like a complex, serious side too. So
I agree with you until you said a complex side to it, and I'm just like,
I mean, like, listen, it doesn't, obviously it goes over the top.
I can easily describe each character in like a sentence or two.
Well, no, aside from Makoto, everyone else. I remember there was like I remember reading like a post about this.
I think stands for each character
of like psychoanalysis of each character, but
I can literally, they can always summed up into three sentences.
Well, I can do that for any character you give me. I'm just saying that at least there was hidden motivations behind their characters. Like, yeah, Sekai, yeah, had this whole thing where she was trying to use Makoto, and I guess incidentally fell for him. But there's more to the characters than just stupid, fun teenager. I don't remember seeing the series. Like, it's been a long time, but I remember.
I know. I just watched it, and it literally just looks like she was trying to hook him up, and then she caught feels.
No, like I remember there being more to it. Like, she has really low self-esteem, so she wanted somebody to kind of like make her feel better about herself, like by dating him or something. There's some complexity to her. Kotonaha has like the whole. I mean, her character's not as complex. Like, oh, she's just being bullied and abused or whatever, or made fun of, and she's shy. I don't know.
So, ergo, she can't confront people the way she should.
And it leads to her being so.
Makoto's like dipping his dick in everyone.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's socially awkward in general.
Spoilers, even though this came out in 2008.
Yeah, spoilers. Oh, literally 12 years ago.
Exactly. But yeah, no, it's like it feels like the way they explain why they are the way they are. It's like they use that logic in like the Kuzuno Honkai and the other one, like. It's all the same bullshit just to justify like silly shit that goes on, which is fine. Like I said,
yeah.
But it's like these are still very much your lanes. I don't know. It's just an anime that I'm just like, wow, this is not really good anime. But I used to really like.
Well, let's put it this way. I could put those characters in another setting and they'd work just as well. You know, like, I don't think I could take the Kuzuno Honkai characters or the domestic contra characters outside of the setting of being a trashy teen drama, and they don't have enough character to fit anywhere else. Like, I can't put them in a fucking shonen adventure anime and they wouldn't function. You know what I mean? The depth of their character is just to their one genre. At least the School Days characters have a range of characterization and depth.
Yeah, so before everything goes to shit, you're right. It starts out very slice of lifey.
Yeah, like they can be slice of life.
Like, I mean, but to be fair, I wouldn't say that. Like, I see they're trashy. I wouldn't call I wouldn't call School Days like a rom-com. Like, they're like School Days, while they're on the thing,
starts out as a rom-com.
It's different.
Like it transitions from a rom-com to a drama to a dark comedy is the
Yeah,
transition
for
period.
wait, I'm sorry, I used the word. I meant to say drama. Like
Mm,
it's, I don't know. It's like they're both different flavor. Like they're different flavors to
mm.
me. Cause like, I understand what you're saying. Cause yeah, there's like a lot of tags. Like it doesn't go just drama. It goes a lot of places.
Yeah, it's like a romantic comedy in the beginning, and then it becomes a drama for a little bit, and then it just becomes so silly that it just transitions into like a dark comedy.
Yeah, essentially.
I
But
still think everyone should watch it. Everyone should go watch School Days if you haven't seen it. Even if you hate it, I feel like it's like one of those things that people like
I
have to
mean, it's like
watch.
I don't think it's a required watching for anime.
Uh,
Not in the least.
I think I'd put it on a required list of anime to watch.
I am happy I saw it just so I can
Hmm.
go up later and know that it was trash. But and I enjoyed the time I had with it. You
Hmm.
know, I enjoyed the time I had with it. But it is what it is. Um. So do you have any other anime that's just similar?
I mean, Elfen Lied was pretty similar in the sense that, like, when I was a kid and I watched it, I was like, "Oh, it was the most amazing thing ever!" What?
Mhm.
And then, when I go back and watch it, like today, it's just kind of horribly paced, doesn't make any sense. Things are just random, and it's just a bunch of violence and sex for no reason other than to be violence and
Not
sex.
violence and sex for no reason.
So I'm I'm fine with that though.
Yeah.
It's still fun to
Um.
watch.
Another another show and spicy take. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
That I really wouldn't want to watch again.
Mm-hmm.
Um. I would say Pokemon.
Like the original first season of Pokemon.
Yeah. Like it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Like for kid stuff, but it was like it was so like it was so painfully like
Mm-hmm.
for kids that they just made everything like it was just it was a it's just like a Blue's Clues show, like, which is fine and all,
Mm-hmm.
but it just didn't make it, like it just wasn't good, like outside of like the Pokemon fighting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
it,
I
Everything was
mean,
just very like eh.
I agree with that. I guess if you go back, because you only remember the highlights of the series, it's a long season, so
It is.
I mean, even when I try to remember it now, all I can remember is the Lieutenant Surge fight, the Dragonite one, the Charizard
Also,
episode.
as just someone I know, this is the point where I get biased. As someone who actually just plays Pokemon, I would just get so confused because I'm like, half this shit doesn't make sense.
Like what?
Shocking and Onyx, he's a ground type. That's
Oh, well,
literally
see, when now you're just trying to apply logic to it, it doesn't matter.
it's like, okay, but then don't make an anime based off a video game and then defy the logic of said video game. That's so bullshit. Like that's actually just a bad design. Period. That's actually just bad design of an anime. Like if you're making a, if you're literally just defining the rules of the, yeah, I already said it. It's not good. It's not a cute. It just doesn't make for a good anime in my opinion. Also, there's nothing really amazing about Ash's character. Um, Something I never liked about Ash is that like he was very much a representation of like he was almost too much like of a boyish like I feel like the people who like wrote him as a boy, like they were very very strict in their gender constructs.
Well, I mean, it was a 1990s anime. It was literally every anime or a show that was aimed at boys had the same type of character in
Yeah,
it.
but no, but for some reason, I always remembered being weirded about this. It was always specifically they made Ash that way. Specifically Ash, not even Brock, Ash. And it's like and it would be like the littlest things I would catch too, like things you would normally catch that I just caught.
Mhm.
Like they'd be like, "Oh my god, there's this gorgeous, beautiful rainbow." Da da da. Oh my, Rock's like, "Oh my god, it's so beautiful," and she's like, "Mrs. like, yeah, it's beautiful." And he's like, "Wow, that's cool," and I'm just like, "What? Why can't you just say it's pretty?" Like,
I mean, all right, now you're just reading too much into it. Like I said, things were cool.
I promise. I promise.
It's 1990s, dude. Everyone said cool and fat and dope. Yeah.
No, I think that's not. This was a trend. He would never. He would literally call. He would never like refer to like like almost anything as like pretty. Like the words pretty, beautiful, anything that like sounds like.
He's an 11-year-old kid in the children's cartoon in the 1990s. You're expecting way too much. Like, why isn't he reflective of gender, outside gender norms?
Well, he doesn't have to be. I'm just saying, if there's a pattern where you can't even call like a pretty what everyone would describe as pretty, you cannot call it pretty. And
you're nitpicking super hard. He said cool. It's the same thing. Whatever.
He says it. It's not the same thing.
All right. Next time you say cool or anything, I'm like, whoa, Drew. What are you trying to push a cisgender society?
I didn't say it was a whole point in there. I'm just saying whoever wrote his dialogue, they were just like, either subconsciously or otherwise, they were like, this dude will never like describe anything in any feminine pronouns as long as I breathe. This will never happen. Because this is not, it didn't happen one time. It happened multiple times.
Like I said, I think it was just the vernacular of the time to just say cool.
Yes, the vernacular.
To everything.
Yeah, the vernacular for, I literally just said, it's the only thing that happened with Ash. Everyone else was normal.
Ash was an 11-year-old kid. He's supposed to be designed that way. Brock is an adult, so he has more vocabulary.
Like 15. They were all teenagers. Brock was just a little bit older. No, I'm sorry. they were all basically children. So no, for some reason, I'm not saying I hate it. I'm just saying that's just a thing I noticed. That was just very weird. That was just very weird. Like,
if by very weird you mean literally what everyone did in the 90s, okay, cool. I agree. It was very weird.
I mean, I would still say it's weird. Even if what you said was true and it was everyone, then I would still find that weird as hell.
I mean, everyone says the word cool. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
But
and I hardly ever describe things as pretty unless it's like a woman or something.
Yeah, but
I just feel like that's not a pronoun that's typically used by guys.
A really pretty Pokemon, you're not gonna be like, wow, cool. You probably will say it's pretty. Like you call.
Yeah, I'll call it cool or dope or awesome.
You've called things that aren't like 2D waifus or women as like pretty. Like.
A dress?
You've done it before. You have done it before. I've seen it come from your mouth.
Usually something like feminine though, not like a rainbow. I wouldn't call a rainbow pretty. I don't know.
Yeah, but
that's because I don't give a fuck about rainbow. I don't know.
I mean, and that's why I don't give a fuck about rainbows. But like, that's my point. Like, calling things that kind of affect. Like, he didn't go that far. And I'm saying that's why for me it was weird.
Fair enough.
But. Well, that's supposed to be a small snippet. Only made a huge to-do about it. But I was going to say, ultimately what made it bad was because like the dialogue and how they spoke was just so one-dimensional. For kids. I think they underestimated, like, I think that was also a reflection of the times where I think they underestimated, like, the intelligence of children. I think we're, like, not doing anymore. And this is one of the reasons why I get, well, at the very least, I give I give Digimon, like, I always give them their flowers that they rightfully deserve,
Mm-hmm.
because to this day, that dub one of the most solid dubs I've ever listened to. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, like my top three.
And if you want to compare Digimon and Pokemon's like story, one is a lot more, you know, actually developed and well written. The other one is Pokemon.
Night and day. And then the way people stand will still be like, "Oh, Pokemon's still better than Digimon." Ugh. I'm just like, okay. Like, I think those were one of the moments where I started realizing that, like, oh man, like, damn, sometimes kids really just want to live in their dumbness, or like, not even kids, people just want to live in like the dumbness of it all. They cannot appreciate like good plot because they're just like, I just want to watch cool animation, Pikachu thunderbolting everyone.
Well, you know what they say. Pokemon makes more money than Digimon.
Yep.
That is the end of the day.
Why? It's like, yikes. At least,
well, Pokemon always had the better designs. I think that was also part of it too.
And I'll give them that. Like, that is true. Like, that, I think just people just like the game, and for some reason they couldn't separate the game from like the show.
Well, the show, like, it had a more friendly, approachable design characters. Like, if you look at somebody like Pikachu or Squirtle or like all the Pokemon that are front and center, they're all like all ages, all, you know, people, women, male, doesn't matter. You can get into the Pokemon. I feel like Digimon was very distinctly aggressive with its like masculine. This is specifically for like teenage boys. We have giant dinosaurs and shit and demons, you know? It's much more aggressive.
Digimon.
There's no demon Pokemon. At least in Gen 1.
Like, they had some cute, definitely feminine. Okay.
They did, but they weren't the ones that were being pushed. You know, it wasn't like who was on the front of every Digimon. It was like Greymon and Omnimon and Angemon.
Yeah, I get Pokemon was like more easy to market because the Pokemon overall are just cuter.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's easy to make a plushie out of Pikachu. It's hard to make one out of Greymon.
Agreed. Even though I feel like I saw one.
I would totally buy a Greymon plushie.
I feel like I've seen it before. Do you have any more to add to?
No, that's all I got to say about that. So,
before you take us away, chat, let us know in the description if y'all have any anime that you watched that you loved as a kid or you watched as a kid, and now as you have grown up, you're like, ugh, you know. Let us know in the comments.
Yes, and if you would buy plushies of us, please do hit that like button and subscribe so you can catch the podcast as it goes up every week. If you haven't already, do join the party over on our Twitter, join the party over on our Twitch, and join the party on our Discord. You can also donate to us like all our lovely patrons on screen right now and get yourself a nice bunch of perks, like watching the anime with us every week. This season we're watching ReZero with our patrons, so if that sounds interesting to you, please do decide to become a member. And Drew, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Oh, hey, oh.
Ha ha ha. Not getting me this time. Either way, until next time, this has been Soberoni, and
We do.
we'll catch you guys later. Later.
Bye.